Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Definitely feeling a little more stressful energy in the air today. I do have a read for you. It is a general read for the Twin Flames who watch this video. It is April 30th, 2019, and it's the 30th of the Four of Wands. It's the union energy. The day adds up to 46-1, which is the children in the garden, the Six of Cups. So we have the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands today. And it was really odd as I was getting ready, doing my thing this morning, my juice and all, and then I came out, my phone had a picture of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. What's the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Yeah, the Red Hot Chili Peppers with two pyramids at Giza, Egypt from March 15th, 2019. And I don't put it on any apps. You know, I just pick up my phone in the morning and bring it out. You know, all I ever do is really use my phone, you know, text messages, and I don't even go into email on my phone. So it was really weird that came up. I have no idea which app came up, but that was on my phone this morning. And then Planet of the Apes was coming up this morning as well. When I put down, the Ten of Wands was in the read today. When I put that down, Planet of the Apes was coming up. So I don't know if it has to do with wounding for apes, because, you know, they're very close to humans. But that was coming up, as well as, what else was coming up? Some other stuff maybe. Maybe I'll get into that later, maybe I won't. We started the read at 10:02 to 3. This morning. So it's called God's Love. It's always about what our guidance is from Source, and for everyone watching this video for Twin Flames. The major arcana were Ascension. This is the Sirian Starseed deck. The Ascension card is normally the world, and then we have Solar Deity, which is normally the sun, and then Guidance, which is normally the Hierophant. Sorry about that. I'm a little scattered. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. It's weird because all this morning it was great energy, and I'm just feeling now, like the past hour or so, some stressful energy has really been creeping in. But here, so all of this was done already before now. So it was done with really positive energy. So I don't want you to get the wrong idea about that. So there were 2 cups, 4 wands, and 2 pentacles. The court cards were Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Knight of Wands. So 2 knights and 2 queens. The numbers and the code line, everything had to do with teaching and learning and pride, letting go of your pride. And teaching and learning is 57, so that's the 3 of Swords, so it's about the third party situation. Can be also about healing though, and forgiving. But all about pride and exposing that, to let go of your ego. Let go of pride. That was a big one today. The numbers coming up here were not a lot. 1, 8, and 9, which is the Magician, the Strength, and the Hermit. But 11, 13, and 35 were coming up. 11 is Justice. 13 is the Death card, or Transformation. 35 is the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands. 58 came up, which is the 4 of Swords. 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And then 242. So here we had the Magician, Strength, Hermit, Justice, Death. So a lot of majors. And then Wounded Warrior, 4 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. And my nose was running, which was weird. I don't know why it started running. But my nose hasn't run for any reason for a long time. It wasn't allergy or anything like that. It was just very random. So the coding was all about teaching and learning and pride. Also spirituality and intuition, and I was guided to have the numbers showing today for some reason, because 77, 22, and 55 all came up in the numerology deck cards. All right, so 22 plus 55 equals 77. So that was significant, in addition to the pride of 19 and teaching and learning of 57. The message here was about acing this, the alternating current of this energy that we're experiencing. Like now, it was like more peaceful this morning, and now there's like stressful energy coming in. Sagittarius energy was definitely in the code line, as well as the 8 of crystals. So it's all about working on details, working to align, cracking your codes, to teach and learn, and let go of your pride. Solar deity was coming up, but it was about Sagittarius energy was definitely here. So you may be dealing with some karmic energy coming in. So, to test you on your alignment, going back and forth with the energies. Also is getting the coding for AC and SOI coming up. And the different meanings for AC are accommodating, convergence, and also dioptric focusing of the eyes at a distance was coming up around that. One affected with. Autocumulus clouds come up again as AC. And of course AC, before Christ. But you notice that before Christ, the Latin for AC is Antichristum, which is like the Antichrist. Before Christ is the Antichrist. Area code came up, as well as athletic club. And SOI was Southern Oscillation Index, as well. That's the sea level pressure between Tahiti and Darwin to Australia. So the Pacific pressures. So that was interesting to come up, the Southern Oscillation Index. Also, shadow of infinity, statement of intent, sick of it, sphere of influence, state of insanity, source of impact, student outreach intern, and slipped on ice. So one of Sagittarius, so that's one meaning that can be coming up here, with acute sphere of influence. Antichrist is coming up here as well. Acute state of insanity, having to do with soul work, heartbreak, and pride. And the trademark of the SAG coming up, which is like Sagittarius, but it's also the SAG Awards, right? The Screenwriters Guild. So the symbol for them is the comedy and tragedy. So it's bringing up, again, the opposites, the alternating currents, and testing you on being able to stay stable at 0 point, stay present in all those different situations. So there could be like a magician Leo energy, hermit, justice, transforming the wounded warrior, with peace, someone laying to rest, lay to rest their destiny. And I was getting the religious person's shadow is the Antichrist, right? Because we always have the light and the shadow. So if someone's super religious, they're polarized to the Antichrist. So they need to make peace with that. So that was interesting coming up. Is there anything else on this page? It was very quiet this morning too. When I got up and went to the sink to, do my stuff, my juice and stuff, I didn't feel any movement with animals. The sun wasn't out. It was just very calm. It wasn't anything negative. It was just I was very aware how quiet it was, but peaceful. As I turn the page here, it's 8:35, and 35 is the 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. And I'm getting, the strength card was there too. So there definitely can be Leo Sagittarius there. For me in this deck, the strength card is a tiger, not a lion. So for me, a lot of Sag comes up there with Leo. I don't normally get Aries from it, but I suppose that could be as well. So we start out with the underlying energy here as the Adept of Chalices, which is like the Ace of Cups. And then the Ace of Crystals underneath that, which is like the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So the Knight of Cups with this, new beginning coming out from underneath an offer of love, okay? So the Knight of Cups tidal wave. The wave looks like a rabid dog with their mouth open wide, as well as a bunny surfing a wave. It's all in the perspective, as breakthrough brings light of peach, the peach color, to the earth. Blast off, space shuttle, diamond mine found, possibly. From wealth of emotion, there's a welling of love, It creates something so solid that no man can touch. The Page of Cups offers love. And remember, the Page of Cups is that purest of love. It's innocent child love. Friendship to Taurus and or Virgo reversed, or spiritual leader, or God coming out. This could also be a proposal of marriage. The innocent open child with loving heart offers love to God, but as well to the sick of mind, the unwise. This is the crowning achievement. The old man in the wheelchair, the homeless on the street, the heartbroken and downtrodden, and the lonely and misunderstood. Could be even your parents, your relatives, your older relatives, and your twin flame. As well as the misunderstood and lonely, the fool as well, the one that others see as crazy, but maybe they just have a different perspective than you. Connect with all and spread the message. Also, just because someone has two coins to rub together doesn't mean they don't need your help from someone who doesn't see them for their wealth. Those bleeding out, that came up in an episode that I watched the other night too, of AD. That in AD, that series, there was a wealthy man who came to them and said, I don't need you to help me with money, but you haven't approached. The reason I haven't come forward is because I'm a man of wealth, and you've never approached me. You never even asked me, because you assume that I wouldn't be interested. So that was very important too. Those bleeding out or have lost loved ones, those who have lost their way. Foolish pride with the sun at their back. So if someone's like the fool, kind of looking like they're better than everyone, walking away with the sun at their back, they're not allowing the sun to hit their face. You need your twin. No man put us under. Message, communicate, get the word out. Commit to each other. Commit to yourselves. Loyal followers of each other. Remember, the dog still loves you even after you've kicked him. He or she knows your spirit, knows that it's not you as a human. If one not abusive, then reaching out is the least you can do. Foolish pride, foolish you. The dog waits patiently until you come around again, and happy to forgive and tell you that he just missed you, or she just missed you. Even if you forgot to feed them, they still welcome you home. And then the song was coming in at 8:59, which is the minute before the hour, the 11th hour. Start spreading the news, I'm leaving today. And of course that's Liza Minnelli and New York, New York. Her birth date is March 12th, 46, which adds up to 35, which the top of the page is 8:35 for the time. So again, we have the Wounded Warrior here. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords are coming up here in heart-to-heart conversations as underlying energy. The Empress and the Devil are out watching, who could be Taurus and Capricorn also. The sun go down on me. So I was getting, after I wrote down Taurus and Capricorn, that the Taurus and Capricorn are out watching, saying, don't let the sun go down on me. They're out watching the sun go down on you. After an old man's death, someone possibly gets married, and others can't believe it. They're watching in disbelief. Or before he passes, he marries them. It could be a father who's marrying his children. My father did that for my brother. Or sends a message, or a father from the other side sends a message to someone, one of the twins, wishing he could be there at this marriage and stand beside them. So as I turn the page, it's 9:05, and 5 is the Hierophant, and 9 is the Hermit. So it's definitely here a very spiritual vibe, whether it's of a monk or a very spiritual ceremony. And the 11th hour was coming up again here. Deception as repair of curtains, possibly, or certain things, brings blessings in marriage. But I was also getting Roman blinds were coming up. Chariot racing was from Etruscans. Romulus, after Rome was founded in 753 BC, they started chariot racing to distract the Sabian men. Come together with others to create something beautiful. There's money to be made, possibly in curtain tracks repair. New York view of the city, right? So someone in New York may need their curtains repaired, or maybe you need to take them down altogether to just always enjoy the view. Let go of a little bit of money to fix things up, to make repairs, because when you do that, you connect with other people and you talk to them. Open curtains wide to let the sun in. Expose everything. You may just find your lobster and your gold coin again. Or at work, it may be deceiving. It may not be profiting. Dogs may be out or have fallen, and lobster is up in arms and besides himself or herself, trying to keep up appearances about it. So someone at work may be losing money. And then it was 918 right there, which is the moon and the hermit. So new beginnings just around the corner. New beginnings just around the corner. And then we had heart-to-heart conversations as the underlying energy, and beneath that was children are affecting your love life. So I was definitely getting energy of twins coming together and talking about the masculine's or the feminine situation, more likely the masculine situation with children. Passion is out in the open as lovers play in the spring, others watching. Palm trees and fairies and justice. Leos and Libras burn the past for new growth. Tails and heels are up in the air. Bare feet and toe-to-toe memories spark new passion, not caring what others think. Recent divorces, those who tried to hurt you, take your fangs and suffocate you. No more, now only fairy tales. So adventure comes out as underlying energy, which was number 55, which is the Ace of Swords, the truth. Instability or moving homes to get out of the box, escape artist show. So some may be going to an escape artist show, maybe to a magician or to Cirque du Soleil, something like that. But I was getting that the twins are now, breaking free of that box. The escape artist. Escaping at night when no one can see, by the light of the slivery moon. I want to spoon in June, so this comes up again. Dreams come true, it can happen to you if you're young at heart. Snow globe and wheat field dreams. Angels in the outfield, as the King of Wands, grounded in dreams of peace. Or Aquarius is plotting to sneak away, or has been sneaking out at night to do spell work with water and or vases, or go skinny dipping by the moon's light to make her sunflower grow. Or the King of Wands is trying to find a way to get to his sunshine for peace, so she no longer has to be alone. Fire and ice. Somewhere they can meet besides. The masculine's thinking of somewhere, this King of Wands, where they can meet besides the etheric realms, like in the physical. The frog lay in waiting to be kissed to make him a prince, for her gilded boat to come by in the dark of the night, the day when his star burns bright. The frog gets kissed by the princess. So as I turn the page, it is 937, and that's the Hermit and the King of Cups, unconditional love. So the King of Wands offers love and a message to meet at work, perhaps, for a heart-to-heart conversation about burning the past for new passion and adventure. So recently here we have the sun exposing all, the solar deity. All exposed as the worst is over in dumping that which no longer serves. Burdened awakening of twins choosing path, Queen of Pentacles comes together with Queen of Swords, or with others through speaking her truth, or her way of communicating to the Knight of Cups to get messages across about co-creation. The foundation here is the Queen of Wands. Okay, she's got her hands into everything. Lots of drama and flames around. The Queen of Pentacles, wounded warriors, frazzled and dropping short, or the Queen of Wands being a player or holding back passions from the Queen of Pentacles in a heart-to-heart conversation. So it could be a girlfriend as well. Centrally, the world is the energy that comes up here, which is the Ascension card. Depressed, losing hope, burdened, possibly banging your head on the wall, on how to stay present without looking at the outcome. Lover's emotional fulfillment, so difficult to awaken to. The Queen of Wands, her world is a struggle with nothing to look forward to. So we're definitely getting the perspective now of the karmics coming in here. Because as the feminine heals and the masculine's getting past his healing, now it's pulling in other karmics in your world. And this is the whole point, to get the word out and help everyone rise and ascend. The divine masculine possibly is only seeing half of her, the Queen of Wands or the karmic with him, and her happy family that is now burdened by this awakening. Ascension is the focus here, as well as the world, challenged by, so here's the Ascension card, that world card. Okay, getting a grip on the world. The challenge being here, the Eight of Crystals. Okay, so the challenge being working with crystal energy as opposed to the carbon-based system, the higher octave of carbon, because after all, diamond is from carbon, and now we're dealing with diamond light, crystalline energy. Destined to not get attention or to need attention. Diamond is not a diamond unless someone sees its brilliance. So it's paralleling to seeing the tree in the woods. If the tree falls, does it actually fall if no one sees it? A diamond is not a diamond unless someone sees its brilliance. So as you ascend, you may naturally feel more the need to show your light. The world is challenged by staying at 0 point while doing this dance of crystalline energy. Bold move or travel to ascend to a higher planetary existence. Syncs to union, or synchronicities to union. Display low energies in order for you to transmute. Where the rubber band is weak, its breaking point, to break patterns, loose. And reap rewards with your lover. Nightmare of judgment. And that could be a double X. So someone who's been X'd more than once. Nightmare of judgment of the Hermit. So the masculine definitely can be worried about being judged by the feminine. It was just 22, 11, and 12. 22 of the Fool, and 11 of Justice, and 12 of the Hangman, hung out to dry. Or the Wise Man, seeing another perspective. So which is your perspective? So the Nightmare of judgment of the Hermit, with 2 women. False light exposes lovers who meet at night, potentially, like the Page of Wands hiding, sneaking around with his girlfriend, or the karmic perhaps with her karmic. She may be sneaking out at night while he lay asleep in bed, the divine masculine. Karmic is out with another wounded, and she may be the wounded warrior, to tell her troubles to someone else, whether this be a masculine or a feminine. The harsh truth is out as the twins talk about everything. Confessions of burdens of the full moon as a false reflection of the DM. Now crowning is only 1 flame. Okay, we have the 10 of flames or the 10 of wands here, but the clarification cards, I can't talk, we're covering everything except for that 1 flame. So there's much focus on 1 flame, and that comes out again in the read. So there may be confessions or dropping the burdens here. So now crowning is only that 1 flame. As we turn the page, it's 1147. 47 is the 7 of Cups. Synchronicities that you see, the heaven in your eyes. The Queen of Wands and King of Cups burdened by, she is coming up as a karmic energy, okay, which is doesn't denote negative, just means it's not the divine masculine or feminine. All right, so the Queen of Wands is coming up as a karmic, so it could be divine masculine's partner. With the King of Cups, them both standing as karmics, one of the divine masculine and one of the divine feminine, standing together, both looking in the same direction, so not looking at each other, but looking in the same direction, burdened by both of their divine masculines and divine feminines, their partners, since they are not their twins. Both out of luck and unhappy alone, but breaking free of prison anxieties about intense connection of the twin and the King of Wands. With the Queen of Swords out talking about it, so all the divine feminines speaking their truth. Offers of new love and new diamond life triggers the karmic, who in then turn triggers the world to climb out of the dark, to follow the flame and into the light. It only takes 1 flame. one spark. So Dream Girl judges sweetly an out-of-control Emperor reversed, or someone who's now letting go of their ego, letting go of their pride, in order to deal with his uncomfortable emotions, so not running away from them anymore. Or an Aquarius male just out of control is refusing to go anywhere. Or an Emperor reversed, triggered by the Divine Feminine's truths, and thus stubbornly in this Taurus energy refusing to leave karmic just because of their pride, and they refuse to do what someone else tells them to do. So they're just acting out of ego completely. And it could be refusing to leave a karmic Aquarius. The Aquarius and Virgo, so a Divine Masculine perhaps, and his karmic, could be through the Divine Feminine and her karmic as well, may have a fight about third parties, and someone is thrown out or leaves on their own accord. Could be twins who are together in union right now as well. Probably the Divine Masculine leaves the karmic home alone due to energy, being an energy vampire, stealing his energy, harvesting sexual energy at night to hoard for a narcissistic man or a marriage. And I was getting Big Papa for some reason. Her father, so she could be doing this, not necessarily for the Divine Masculine, she could be doing it for her father who's narcissistic, or another man or another lover, perhaps who controls her, offering something healthy, simple and sweet at night at the full moon when the Divine Masculine is weak. So it's like her being instructed to get back in with the masculine at the full moon when he's sexually weak, because at the full moon, that's when the men all freak out and lose their temper because they're frustrated. And so if they're sexually frustrated, she feels like she has an in there, okay? But she can then siphon his sexual energy by getting him to sleep with her again, just by flashing her butt, since he's sexually frustrated, and at the full moon, he is then about to bust. So there's some negative energy coming up again. This doesn't come up in most of my reads, but I just have to put it out there. It's not going to affect most of you. It may be just one or two at the most. But I have to get it out there because it's very important, because I'm getting poisoning here. There's a Sagittarius female who's a drinker. She often comes up as the drinker, potion maker. Not necessarily both, but can be both. And it doesn't have to be alcohol, it could be something else. But she's definitely someone who's has addiction issues, and she may be dabbling in spell work, or just outright be doing that kind of thing in a negative sense. This is not in any way a positive person, okay? So Sag drinker, potion maker knows just the right drink, the white kiss of death. She'll inherit everything. So this was my concern, that I get this out there, because there's at least one person out there who may not be beyond poisoning their partner in order to get the inheritance, okay? So soon here is the Queen of Wands spreading her legs to distract the Divine Masculine from seeing his twin online or on TV. So if there are things, like a YouTube channel where they talk about twins all the time, she may be giving more sex than usual, or trying to distract him with sex, when there's always those moments where he might go online to see the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, Queen of Cups, may be stuck in emotions, unable to find peace, breaking patterns and trying to master manifestation without losing too much money in the process. I was also getting this Queen of Cups could be a sister or a friend of the masculine. And again, it could be another feminine in the feminine's world as well. But I was getting it could be a sister as well, who he's breaking up with, it could be a business partnership or just a falling out between them. And she's stuck in her emotions as well, trying to find peace, breaking her own patterns, negative patterns, and trying not to lose too much money, especially if they've now disbanded a partnership. The Messenger of Truth, and this Queen of Cups is coming up. That's the near future position, okay? So the Messenger of Truth is spreading epiphanies, while the karmic is spreading legs and lies. And this is not everyone, but there are a few karmics out there who are very negative energies. Again, the Messenger of Truth, while they're spreading their epiphanies, while the karmic is spreading legs and lies, all right? And it doesn't have to be anything weird. It could just be someone, much more than usual, trying to get their partner's sexual attention to distract them from focusing on the Divine Feminine, in order to keep them. But they could be doing spell work as well, and drinking, or they could try to get the masculine drunk so she can have her way with him, possibly get pregnant again so then he can't leave. Children are witnesses to her demise, or their demise. As I lose my voice because someone's not speaking their truth. And children, even if you're not saying anything to the children, they pick up on all of your negative energies. And they know the truth, whether you speak it to them or not, all right? And I was having a hard time getting out of that. It's very important here. You guys might think that you're hiding things from your children, but they overhear you arguing, and they pick up on your energy. They know you. They know who you are and what's going on. They're smarter than you know. The Divine Masculine is cracking the whip with the karmic and the kids, while getting his wish of an Ace of Pentacles new life or possible financial offer. The Sagittarius female drinker potion maker is plotting a potion or strategy to get him back through spell work, manipulation, getting him drunk, poison, whatever it takes. So again, I'm going to say that the poison stuff isn't going to relate to most, but I have to get it out there, even if it's only related to one person, okay? So you guys are all seeing yourselves as this 5 of crystals, and it's hard to see on here, but there's a group in the back, so you feel like you're in exile away from the group. Feeling abandoned by negative self-talk, your own, holding the world with the right hand and choosing left, grounding and integrating love offered from source, but then allowing negative self-talk of yourself or others' negative input to seep in when you know it shouldn't. And as we turn the page, it was 1209, which is the Hermit of going within, and the 12 of the Hanged Man. Sometimes you just need to hang back in limbo to connect again. Liars getting in between you and your source connection, God, or online crap or immature conversation, incomplete information that you feed into when you don't know the whole truth. And it just leads to all these stories in your mind to think up that probably aren't true. Disconnected third party or disconnect leading to overindulgences or gossip of a breakup. Feeling feeling exiled from the group. And this could be, family, friends, work, whatever. Time to let yourself back in. Time to let yourself back in. Take a moment to reconnect. So engagement comes up, as well as make the effort. That great love is worth making the effort. Engagement's all about, moving your relationship up to the next level. Around you, or how you're seen, is the new passion. Okay? Here's the Ace of Wands. New passion of the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Offering their gold coin, their confidence. But the Page of Wands always fell in the shadow of their older sibling, trying to make up for it through clothes, boots, image, and things. Emotionally unfulfilled, expressing feelings now of new passion, forcing himself or herself to mature. From the Page of Wands, who is quick to passion, to the Knight of Pentacles, who is slow but sure. He's maturing into a slow burn. All of you watching need to clear blocks of commitment, tradition, and guidance. Being a know-it-all, King of Wands just steals and runs away from self when he could have love that is still being offered instead, and getting his wish of a new life, of diamond light, away from Sagittarius female, who can do whatever she wants as long as it's not with him. Okay, so if she's up to no good, he's getting this now. It is understood. And she may be misunderstood as well, because most of the time people who do vicious things have been hurt themselves, obviously. So the card you need to clear blocks on has to do with guidance, all right? So this is typically the Hierophant card, so it has to do with, commitment, tradition, establishments, contracts, all of those kind of things. But guidance too, allowing yourself, not allowing pride to get in the way of reaching out for help when you need it. Avoidance, the dance, will only make you feel castrated. Don't cut off your penis to spite your face or your mask. Go within for your shadow work and then come out to play. The Knight of Wands got his sexy on, thinking of flame. So the last two cards here, and the one is the after the read card, is the Adept of Flames, and then the Three of Flames. There's a lot of fire here, okay? So you got your Knight of Wands there. He's looking ready. And then we have the Three of Flames, and for me, that card is all about staying present, and in this card especially, the heart is wide open. And the other two flames were covered. It was only about one flame again. So possibly a little bit of liquid courage on board to make a friendly offer for the masculine at night to get attention, putting it out there when karmic's back is turned. The King of Pentacles superhero is saying, "Look, Ma, no hands. My penis works without me doing a thing." Awakened to his twin's return, a negative past, letting go at last. The Knight of Wands present, even with all the drama around and in the air, present to only one flame. An opportunity to offer a gold coin, an opportunity or an invitation to his lover without affection or who felt abandoned, as he was injured too and trying to keep up. We turned the page, it was 1227, which again is the Ace of Wands. Slow and methodical. You may need a little bit of liquid courage after dealing with being called a narcissist or having dealt with a narcissist or narcissistic marriage. Now both standing up for self, to be happy with self in union, but grieving the past, ready to pass on the baton, but must let go now of this draining energy of sadness, regret, that only causes illness, frustration, insecurities, and manipulation. Now that the truth is out, the cycle is complete. The Divine Feminine has been sealed. The King of Swords reversed, maybe due to impatience with his own psychic abilities, or the secret he's been keeping to himself, his High Priestess. Healing and forgiving his own impatience. Balancing now wanting equitable distribution. He could be crying, purging, overwhelmed, and dumping a big one. To reap rewards he's worked so hard for. Death of a rose, time to complete transformation. No more thorns, only beauty. No conditions. In death, there is only love. The Grim Reaper only comes to those who are grim. He cannot touch his high vibe going on now. So the Knight of Cups gushing over potential offer of marriage, for new life coming out, news of the Queen of Wands in exile with new passion exposed, with closure, challenged by work and aligning, the Queen of Cups guidance to follow her flame, to the Knight of Wands present to only one flame, with two now behind him. Knight of Cups getting ready for new life, fully exposed King of Wands, Queen of Wands, completion, dropping burdens and or confessions, the challenge being work stuff and alignment and details, feeling destitute or left behind by the crowd, friends, work or family, the Queen of Cups with new passion for committing to the Knight of Wands, who's ever present now, or passion for guidance counseling with the Knight of Wands present with an open heart, focused on only one flame. It took a lot, but finally transformed. The Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups may be at odds, but the Knight of Wands feeling young again after vacillating for so long. He'll go back to the Knight of Cups later, but now he's got some business to attend to. As we change the page, we turn the page, it's 101. Two magicians and the zero between them. And watch out for Cruella de Vil. The Queen of Wands with the King of Cups are not getting their wish, unhappy on their own. The Queen of Cups could be a Divine Feminine, but it could also be a sister or friend of the Divine Masculine he's broken ties with. Suddenly, the King of Wands may be realizing his twin may not accept him back without a serious commitment, but he may want the same now, not wanting to run from himself any longer. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords could also be children, with the Queen of Wands feeling left behind for a new passion. Love exposed to the world, challenged by working on details for the Queen of Cups commitment, confession of Knight of Wands, presently heart open to flame. Okay, so that is your read. I'm going to show you the pictures. It's 3939, perfect, because that's the Knight of Cups. Okay, so here's the basic read. And then I think this was before, yeah. And so here's the full read. is there anything else? Let's see here. Yeah, this came out in the shuffle as well. It was just 4004. Okay? And 40 is the Page of Cups and 4 is the Emperor, right? So the child becomes the man. And that was very much the message here. So drink your water, get your rest. Be happy, have fun, go out and enjoy the spring, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.